Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. I was listening to a report facilitated by the CBC. That's the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, I believe. And they had investigated that between 1998 and 2019, more than 200 coaches in a sports field, were charged with sexual assault of minors. And then, after this was released, the hope that this would be reduced and stop, between 2020 and 2023, another more than 80 were charged. Technically, this means this was growing. And 99% of this assault happens within communities. Not at a professional level, not at a provincial level, but at the community level. The leagues you probably played in, I've played in, where we've had coaches. I share this early in the morning to emphasize how vital it is to invest in diversity in unity. Diversity in unity. One doesn't assault themselves, harm themselves. So now if I can feel that all at the national, at the provincial, at the community level are the same as me, sporting would be more safe. Living would be more safe. This is the fabric of our community, To feel the community is our family, to feel our family is our individuality. And this morning we complete 126 weeks of meaningful mornings. We are now in a concluding portion of chapter 11. Shri Krishna has showed Prince Arjuna the future in the present. If you remember the context of chapter 1, Prince Arjuna feels fear. Why? Because he has to do this and that. Now, as Shri Krishna is teaching Prince Arjuna, again, remember the context. The war has not started formally. I take that back. The war has started formally because Acharya Bhishma blew his conch, but the war has not started experientially. No weapons have been released. Yes, am I understanding this correctly? And so Shri Krishna is showing Prince Arjuna the future in the present, that this will be the destiny of this war, of you. That the noble will be freed and the ignoble, they will be corrected. A implication for all of us. A strong thought that holds us back is anxiety of the future. Who is still going to be present in the future? Shri Krishna. So what are you worrying about? I shared with all of you, what change have I seen in my personality from verse 7, chapter 2, to this section of chapter 11? The feeling that all will be all right. Shri Krishna was in the past, is in the present, and will be in the future. How can all not be all right? Humans are a vibhuti. Remember, we explored that in chapter 10. Amongst those who are intelligent, I am a human. What is precious about a human is the sensitivity of the intellect. The intellect initially can express as viveka or inquiry. And we feel this from chapter 2 to chapter 11, Prince Arjuna asking questions. Who are you? What are you doing? The evolution of the sensitivity, the utilization of the intellect is not viveka, it is shraddha. And that is to accept. One's acceptance is built on the foundation of inquiry. This is not blind. And so for all of us, is your inquiry leading you to be more accepting of the beautiful, of the terrible, of the present, of the future? Prince Arjuna is becoming more accepting. From Viveka to Shraddha, he completes expressing what he's feeling in such a different way than from chapter 1 and specifically 2. Verse 30. Leli hyase grasamanas samantat lokan samagran vadane jwaladbihi tejo bhirapurya jagat samagram bhasastavo graf pratapanti Vishnu. Pujaswami Chinmayananda's translation. Devouring all worlds on every side with your flaming mouths. You are licking in enjoyment. Your fierce rays filling the whole world with radiance. These are burning, O Vishnu. The reflection for us. Every facet of the multiverse has 4 facets. So this is part of the multiverse, and this is part of the multiverse, and you're part of the multiverse. And these 4 facets, from the most surface to the most deep, are nama, which is name. More deep than that, rupa, or form. More deep than that, guna, or quality. And the most deep is dhamma, or center. In these verses, specifically in 30, where the word devouring is used, which is the same as dissolving, what is being dissolved? Names. When Prince Arjuna is experiencing this Vishwarupa, names are dissolved, forms are being dissolved. Whose arm is this? Whose foot is this? Qualities are being dissolved. Acharya Bhishma, who's noble, Duryodhana, who's ignoble, they're in the same center. But the center can never be dissolved. That's the essence of a center, correct? So this is what Shri Krishna is showing Prince Arjuna. Nama, Rupa, Guna these can and should be dissolved. And what is indestructible? The Dhamma, the center, that is Sri Krishna. In our Practices to Perfection class, the most recent practice was label less. When you label less, that triggers having less likes, which triggers having less limits, which triggers being more liberated. Label less. See, that's letting go of the names, correct? And then you keep on practicing. Another verse, the last, and this really shows the positioning of Prince Arjuna, his guna. Akyahi me ko bhavanugra rupaha namostute devavara prasida Vijñātumicchāmi bhavantamadhyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. The translation: tell me who you are, so fierce in form. Salutations to you, O God Supreme, have mercy. I desire to know you, the original being. I know not, indeed, your purpose. At this point in the Mahabharata, what is taught is that only 5 people know Sri Krishna as divinity, as Bhagavan. Those 5 are Rishi Vyasa. He is documenting the Mahabharata. Acharya Bhishma. The Vishnu Sahasranama is his experience. Devi Kunti also knows that Sri Krishna is divine. Sri Vidura. We learned a lot about him in Vedanta and Bhagavata. And number 5, Sanjaya. The one who's narrating this to Dhritarashtra and to us. These 5 knew Sri Krishna as divinity. Prince Arjuna's name is not there. He is trying. We know that. Like we are trying. But he doesn't know fully, which is why he's sharing. What is your purpose? Bhagwan's purpose is to establish dharma through protecting and correcting. Prince Arjuna still doesn't know Sri Krishna fully, which is why there's elements of moha, confusion. He's explicit about that. And if there's moha, there will also be bhaya. He's afraid, and he's going to ask Sri Krishna, come back to the form that I know of. Come back to my comfort zone. We do that when we're afraid. Summarizing chapter 11, verse 15 to 31. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Krishna shares with Rishi Uddhava how he is to never forget Sri Krishna. Sri Krishna has indicated that he's going to dissolve the name, the form, the qualities, his own. And Rishi Uddhava says, but I don't want to forget you. So Sri Krishna shares, this is how you can not forget me. This is the 11th section, the 11th chapter the 42nd verse. An awesome teaching. 11:11:42. Suryognir brahmano gavaha Vaishnavav kammarujwalam Bhuratma sarva bhutani Bhadra puja padani me. Here is where you will see and understand me. You will feel me in these 11 expressions of me. What are they? Surya, the sun. Agni, the fire. Brahmanas, those who study and share scripture. Gavaha, cows. Vaishnavas, those who are devotees, devoted to Sri Krishna. Kam, this is space. Marujwalam, this is air and water. Bhu, that is earth. Atma, your own center. And Sarva Bhutani, that is all beings. I'm sharing this as a summary because that's what Prince Arjuna saw in Sri Krishna. If that's in Sri Krishna, that means that is Sri Krishna. So these 11 expressions of Sri Krishna, try to see and understand Sri Krishna in them because it is easier. They express more of this divinity. And the point being, the way to your Swarupa, that means your own center, is through the Vishwarupa. That's what this chapter is investing in. Shri Krishna's, Bhagavan Narayana's, the divine's Vishwarupa. What happens next? The next verse is a verse that Oppenheimer referred to, I believe it was July 16th, 1945, when he saw the first nuclear bomb being detonated, I think in New Mexico. So that verse we will wait for. We have to prepare for the intensity of this verse to give you some reference. From inspiration to application, your application from yesterday, I had shared Listen to Northern Light by City and Color. How many of you did this? It's interesting because there is no song called Northern Light by City and Color. It's Northern Wind. So you had your hand up, but you were listening to a different song. I maybe intentionally gave you the wrong song name to test to see if you actually engage in these applications. Northern Wind by City and Color. City and Color is one of my favorite bands. And Northern Wind reminds me of the Trust Triangle. The CBC News report described these coaches as shattered trust. And we get to experience a trust triangle. Our guide moves us forward, and our maps move us upward to divinity. And there's one line that I particularly am fond of, where Dallas Green sings, "Oh, my love, you don't know what you do to me." That is extremely moving. Your application for the next 21 days. Incremental change is when you change in a small way yet steady way. Starting today, I want you to make a small yet steady change in your lifestyle. Steady means you have to practice this for 21 days. That way, when I rejoin you live, you are a different person. I'm tired of you. That you are a different person. And part of this is for all of you to be steady with Shankarji and Somya while I'm traveling. I offer my prayers to Sri Krishna for him to show us, for him to help us understand that he is in the past, he is in the present, he's in the future. There's no need to be afraid. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be joy.